Hi. The purpose of this short video is to support two objectives in our unit. These two objectives are related. One says explain how the word universe is defined in the scientific community because other people define universe differently. Also, uh, it's very difficult to define life in physical sciences like physics, chemistry, astronomy. It's easy to define. It's easier to define matter, energy, but in biology, it's very hard to define life. So rather than defining life, it's easier to talk about the properties and the characteristics of life. These two objectives are related. Why they are related? Because the universe creates life. Life is a product of the universe itself, and it's actually a step in the evolution of the universe when the right conditions, in the environmental conditions are met. When these conditions are met, then we can see exotic chemistry turning into uh, one cell life. You can see that in this slide, the cosmic evolution. The universe had a beginning here in the Big Bang. And the Big Bang is not an explosion. This is a misunderstanding. It's basically the beginning of the stretching of space and time. And as the stretching goes on, energy will shatter into particles, and then gravity will do what it likes to do best is put things together. It will create galaxies and stars, and planets are the children of the stars. They come as a byproduct of the stars formation. And when the planet has the right condition mean the right energy, the right material, and also liquid water, then you would see life. You would see not intelligent life, of course, but one cell life, like bacteria and things like this. And things evolve. So life is a step in the evolution of the cosmic evolution. And of course, later you're going to see intelligent life, and you can see here in the arrow of time at the end is cultural evolution. What happens next is unknown to us. Okay. I usually like to just offer a quotation at the beginning of each presentation. And the famous Arthur Clarke, the famous science fiction writer, sometimes I think we're alone in the universe, and sometimes I think we're not. In either case, the idea is quite staggering. It is. But when you say, and sometimes I think we're not alone, I would respond and say, as Contact, the novel says, and as the movie Contact, if it's just us, it seems like an awful waste of space. This statement came from Carl Sagan in the Contact novel, and also it was mentioned in the movie more than once. Uh, so, what is the universe? Because we need to define the universe in a scientific context, and also we need to define what is the universe. The universe, according to science, is the totality of all space, time, matter, energy. It had a beginning. You can see the beginning here. I think I showed you before, but it had a beginning, the Big Bang, and then these things are galaxies, not stars. Each one of them hundreds of billions of stars. It just boggles the mind. That's the universe. What is life? I said that scientists, like, look at this. If you ask a scientist, they would say, I'm not going to answer this question because it's not, as I said, life is not a thing. Life is what living things do. So we need to look at the properties of life. And you can see here a nice slide showing the characteristic of life and all these things, what living things do. These are not sufficient conditions because life is not just exotic chemistry turning into simple biology. It's more than that. But so these conditions are not sufficient but necessary. For instance, a car and a cat both utilize energy, both use energy, but we call cat a living thing, but car is not. So this is just the beginning, but we're going to have a lot of fun discussing these things. Thank you.